been at Bioware for a really long time, so I've got to see it grow up and turn from a company of 35 people to a company of more than 300 people.
It's got frontier stories, it's got mystery.
So we're always coming up with new stuff.
We're always trying to improve, innovate, and bring new characters to life for our players and fans to enjoy.
There's amazing people in the industry. There's amazing stories to be told with other people.
They call me the Dread Wolf. What will they call you when this is over?
Disappointed!
Hey, ladies and gents, Midgame Life Crisis, we are back. Inconsistency and Werewolf, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing pretty well. I was doing pretty well, and then I watched the new gameplay trailer for the Dragon Age 4, or Dragon Age Dreadwolf, or, sorry, they changed the name again. Dragon Age, what do they call it now?
Veilguard.
Yeah, Dragon Age Veilguard. Yeah, Veilguard. No idea what Veilguard is supposed to be, but yeah. Anyways, Dreadwolf, do you agree with me? Werewolf, I know your name is Werewolf, so obviously you agree with me that the name Dreadwolf was a lot better than Veilguard.
Depends on what the vibe you want to give. It's a cooler name, sure.
Dreadwolf, yeah.
Yeah, but if it's tied to the story or whatever, you know. There's some artistic vision to the name.
I don't know, the name... why would... I understand that they probably had to change the story and that's why they changed the name. But it's not a good sign when you change the name of your game after such a long development cycle, which leads us to our main subject here. Basically, me and Wolf, we want to talk about, in our opinion, the main reasons this game is going to be dead on arrival, basically. It's going to be a massive, massive failure. And not only that, me personally, this is not Wolf's opinion, this is my personal opinion. I think that once this game fails tremendously, Bioware are done. EA will completely either shutter them, sell them, whatever. That Bioware will be dead, which is heartbreaking to say as a Bioware fan, and I'm sure you agree with me. We both grew up on their games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dragon Age, the original Dragon Age is one of the greatest games ever made.
And Mass Effect.
Mass Effect trilogy, in my opinion, is one of the greatest gaming trilogy ever.
Baldur's Gate,
of course, 1 and 2.
Come on, they made unbelievable games.
Unbelievable games.
They spearheaded the RPG genre completely forward in their time. They were the spearhead of the industry.
100%. But yeah, in the last, let's say, since 2015, things have not been going very well for Bioware. Basically, ever since they got bought by EA, things were starting to go haywire.
Surprise.
Surprise, exactly. When the huge corporation buys the small, extremely niche company and start making them work under a whole new paradigm, maximize the sales and maximize player engagement, fuck the story, fuck the characters, fuck the gameplay.
Oh, you're used to making RPG games that are story-driven and tactical with party management? No. You need to make a looter shooter, bitch. You understand? This is what you need to do now, because that's what the industry wants.
Bro, the new gameplay, the new gameplay that came out from Dragon Age, it looks like a looter shooter. That's what it looks like. It looks like it's a looter shooter. It looks like fucking Suicide Squad. Why?
They used the Anthem engine.
Oh my god.
Developed it from scratch with the Anthem engine. So it's got a looter shooter engine that was built for looter shooters.
I mean, if I remember correctly, the Anthem engine gave the Bioware team so many issues during development that the fact that they continue development on fucking Dragon Age after the failure that Anthem was, the other failure that Anthem was, my god, man.
Even before that, when they stopped development of Dragon Age to work on Anthem, they switched workers to Anthem. Before that happened, the creative director Mike Laidlaw left for Ubisoft. This was in 2017, shortly after they started working on this thing with him in the lead.
Yeah.
The creative director.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just debacle after debacle. They stop, they go back, people leave. They fired like 50 workers a year ago. Most of them were like at least a decade with the company. Like they were veterans of Dragon Age. 10 years in the company means they've been working on the game from day one.
Oh, two of them I know for a fact that two of them were like lead writers on
Sure.
Baldur's Gate 1, 2, Dragon Age, Mass Effect. So, one of them is like literally the one who invented Varric, the one of the most popular characters in all of the Dragon Age games.
What do you mean one of the most?
One of the most, I said.
He is the most popular character.
Probably, yeah, probably. And so they let go of that of that writer. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it.
At least they kept the voice actor.
Sure, yeah, but it doesn't matter how good your voice actor is when the script is shit, you know?
I agree.
Listen, let me tell you another reason this game is going to be another failure, okay? Other than the obviously, letting go 50 veterans of the previous games. It's another reason why this is going to be utter failure, my friend, is because this game is what was, first of all, this is like the fourth iteration of it. So they scrapped this game 4 times.
Yeah.
Previously. Okay, they changed direction on this game 4 times, which is never, ever a good sign, and explains why this game is in development for nearly a decade, and there was, till this week or 2 weeks ago, there was no gameplay footage, nothing. You knew nothing about the game other than the trouble that they were having in the development. You knew nothing about it.
They released a teaser in December 18 that was showing nothing.
Exactly. And now it seems like in the latest iteration, the game seems like it was supposed to be a live service game. It looks like a live service game, but they came with the main design guy, the main quest guy, or said, no guys, it's okay. This is a single player story narrative game. And then they released the gameplay, and the gameplay looks like a fucking hero shooter where you just run around and like shoot at people with your abilities.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It looks so cartoonish.
It changed the entire, spirit of what the Dragon Age game were until now. All the fans of the Dragon Age world are people that were used to managing a team, a group. You would even choose the composition of your group. This is part of the strategy. You want 2 mages, you want 2 warriors, you whatever, and you like pick a class of the main character too, because sometimes you want to play something and then you want to replay the game with something else and choose different things. All of this thing was taken away from you. No. You're gonna control one character and one character only. The other ones are just gonna be there for fun.
I don't know. Did you say that you control only one character in the new Dragon Age? I didn't hear that.
Let's put it this way, you saw 20 minutes of gameplay where they only controlled one character. If you would be able to switch to the other ones, why wouldn't they show it?
Oh, I'm almost certain that you can do it. I just don't know if it's like... I don't know.
This is real-time combat. It's not like in the game, because it was turn-based or later real-time, but with pause mechanics or whatever. You could give orders to your teammates and they cast their spells or do the things.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying.
You manage the combat. What you are the combat now is not this type of combat. It's action-adventure combat, You dash in, you dash out, you do your flurry shit and whatever, and they talk to you in the background.
Yeah.
This is no game of Dragon Age looked like this before.
Bro, it literally looks like the Dragon Age squad. The Dragon Age squad instead of Suicide Squad. That's what it looks like. Okay, the UI is not as cluttered, but probably after they change direction again for the 4th time, the game, the previous iteration was supposed to be a live service game, and like you said, based on the Anthem shitty fucking engine that was complete another failure for them. The Anthem engine is not a bad engine, okay? The engine itself is good. I think it's the FROSTBITE engine, I'm not 100% sure.
It sounds right.
Yeah, but EA told them, here, take this state-of-the-art engine and good luck. Good luck making a looter shooter called Anthem, a game which you've never made before, ever. But yeah, we'll take you, the company who made story-rich RPG games, and make you make a live service shitty shooter. What the fuck, man?
Critically acclaimed. Every RPG they made has been ultra successful on sales, on everything. They've been the talk of the century, and this is in an age where internet was not a thing, and people heard about those games.
Yeah, and another reason they are failing completely. We didn't even mention Andromeda, Mass Effect Andromeda, which is a complete another fucking shit show.
Yeah, I'd rather not discuss that game.
But those are the last two games that came out from this company, Anthem and Andromeda, like the fourth Mass Effect, which I never played and will never play because for me there's only a trilogy. There is no fourth game. And you told me that you played that fucking game and it was terrible.
Yeah, I hate it. I really, it was just bad. I mean, we can't go into this. It won't stop, you know.
We should make one. We should make a separate video just shitting on that fucking Mass Effect, bro. Because I'm such a massive fan of the original trilogy, man. It's so heartbreaking.
Me too. And that game was nothing like nothing like the trilogy. Nothing.
Of course not, because it was a completely different
studio.
Not only a different. Yeah.
It was Bioware Quebec. It was not the studio that worked on the other three. It was not.
Anyways, another reason is that EA came in and told them, listen, why work only on one game? Why are you focusing all your effort and all your quality team members on just one game? I don't get it. What are you, fools? You can make more money by taking your extremely coherent unit that has worked together for decades as a fucking commando unit of games and separate them to a different fucking project and work on that in the same time. I'm sure it will be fine.
Sure, they just won't say make more money. They would just say you need to give us more value for our money. That's what they're gonna tell them.
Yes.
That's why you need to spread.
It was such my god, EA. Fucking ruining fucking everything they touch, man. Today they're not as bad as they were back then, but they're still pretty fucking terrible. And right now, basically, it's really sad to say this, but Anthem, the engine of Anthem and the whole Anthem debacle made their confidence of Bioware completely collapse. Right, the original Bioware, because you could say that like you said, the Mass Effect 4 is a different branch of the company. So it wasn't the original team.
Yeah, but they still had their name.
Yes, of course. But what I'm saying is that the Anthem failure was really, really the beginning of the downfall of Bioware, the original Bioware. And a lot of people left after that game came out. A lot of people left out of their own volition.
Yeah.
Including the two main honchos,
Mark Darr and Casey Hudson.
Those guys are long gone. Yeah, those guys are long gone.
Well, and this is actually the nail in the coffin.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
That says
Yes.
everything. Okay, they came back. They brought them like rushingly back just last March.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they brought them as consultants.
Oh.
I'm guessing begged them to come back. Because, you know, if the game is deep in alpha and they said they're going to release on 2024 and they know their game is shit, what are they going to do? Bring the ones that know what they're doing to consult you on your game.
So, what happened with that? Are they still there?
As far as I know, they haven't left since.
And the game still looks... The gameplay and the cinematics still looks like shit, like other shit.
You don't know. Maybe they raised it from utter oblivion to the walking shit that you see now.
They almost certainly did, because from what I understand, after the failure of Anthem, EA got into panic mode, basically, entered panic mode and said, scrap the live service thing. Yeah, make it single player again. Make it single player. It's okay. Make it single player. Do whatever you want. But dude, we already invested thousands of manpower hours and development hours of developing this shit. And now you want us to scrap it again and use the same engine to make a single player game? Oh my god, dude. Just zero logic, man. Zero logic.
No, that's how the corporate world works. The only logic is money.
Anyways, yeah, that's main reasons that we feel like this game is going to be complete and utter shit. Sure, it might be enjoyable, right? For a few hours. But I'm not saying it's going to be like a terrible game in itself. But I am saying it's going to be a terrible Dragon Age game that is not worthy of that name. If it was a different name, we wouldn't be having this conversation. If it was not a Dragon Age game, it was some generic fantasy other franchise, sure, I wouldn't be as critical about it. But Dragon Age Trilogy, even though the second and third game aren't as good as the first one, not even close to being as good, they're still decent games. They're still well written, they're still great characters, and people were loving those games, especially the third one. They loved it better than the second one.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So, despite all the issue those games had, the Bioware magic, if they want to call it that, worked. Still worked back then. But then it completely devastated and exploded in their faces when they made the Anthem, and EA sent their clowns, suited clowns, into fucking offices to make chaos.
Yeah,
And yeah, the rest is history.
yeah, definitely.
All right, guys, comment, let us know below if you think we're wrong about this. Maybe you think this game is going to be a fucking amazing, an amazing Dragon Age game, and we don't know what we're talking about. Do you like the art style? Do you think it works? Because personally, I think it looks like a fucking, it's aimed for children now and not for adults, and that pisses me off, considering the fact that the 3 previous games are all like now considered like they're pretty old games, and so obviously your crowd, your audience is going to be relatively older gamers. So why are you marketing it to children?
Are you kidding? It's a decade of development. People that were hyped for this game when they thought it's coming out, 10 years have passed. You know what? How much my life has changed in 10 years?
That's true.
It's unfathomable. So the whole perspective of waiting for a game like this changes, and the more development time it took, the higher your expectations become.
Yep. All right, guys, that's it. Comment below. It's good for the algorithm. Like, subscribe, all that good shit.
If there's something that tells you this game will be good, tell us. What is it? What are you? If you have a good reason that makes you think this game will actually be a successful Dragon Age installment, tell us what it is. We'd like to hear.
Agree, disagree, whatever. Just interact with us. We want to hear you guys' opinions. See you around, boys. This is Midgame Life Crisis. I'm Inconsistency. This is Wolf.
I'm Werewolf.
See ya.
Bye.